Right, so at the moment we are just outside of Vegas on a dry lake. We've been here before, and last time we were here there was a massive windstorm, but I do want to take just a few minutes of your time to test out the Motion ND with the Insta360 X4, which came out this morning. Now I'm interested in that because I film a lot on cars, and because you can't put ND filters on the Insta360 X4, or at least at the moment you can't. You've got the standard lens guards and you have the premium lens guards. You'll see those in a future film of mine, but they don't have ND filters. Maybe in the future they might make screw ones by Freewell, who knows. So they've created something, the wizards at Insta360, called Motion ND, and you basically, in the app, you press Motion ND and you have options of how strong you want it, and it adds motion blur to your footage. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put it on the Chevy right here, and I'm gonna stick this motion cup system, which was kindly given to me by my friends at Insta360 Day, is the dual suction cup car mount, and it's got basically two tilter cup mounts, and you put on the action invisible selfie stick, which you screw into the bottom, and we're going to stick it just about here and here, and we're going to have it at the back of the car, and we're going to try some Motion ND with and without, so you guys can see what it looks like, a few different strengths. And that's about it for today's film. So we're just going to clean off the dust and stick it in here. You can see this is really nicely made. In fact, I'm pretty surprised at how nicely this is made. This is made together with tilter. So yeah, let's get it on. So we attach it, and it has got little cups at the bottom there, and we basically pump it up like this. And same with this one. This is the one that attaches to the actual selfie stick, and that's about it. It's a simple, really simple system. So we're going to clean up the car, put it on, and yeah, it's really nicely made, by the way. Very nicely made. Right, so this is basically what it looks like. We have cleaned obviously the dust off the car so it sticks a bit better. The tilter cup's holding pretty well, but don't know how much I can trust that. That's why we have a tether on here, and it is tethered to the truck over there, just in case it does fall off. Then well, that's why I've put on the premium lens guards, just in case. So if we look really closely, you can see that on the right hand side we have Motion ND on, and I had it on about 20% and 40%. So the spread is on 40% and 20% is the intensity, and you can see that around the car, underneath the car, there is motion blur. It's added in, and you have to kind of balance it out to how much you want it to blur. And if we do some stop frames, you can see much clearer that the right hand side is blurred. It's not as sharp, it's not as clear. It's basically like it's been smudged, so it's giving this idea that there is blur. It's like that, and I'm sitting in the driver's seat and I'm wearing an FPV mask. I would be instantly sick. I don't know if you guys can see that, but Luke's in the F-150 and Darren is flying his FPV whilst Luke's doing donuts. Alright, there's Darren and Luke, and for my second shot I had it mounted. Look how beautiful this place is. Oh my gosh, my second shot I had it mounted right here, tethered again just in case, and I do have lens guards on. You can see that they are extremely dusty, but generally I'm hoping it did a good job, and it looked nice. Let me know what you think in the comments below. With this shot here, I have to stress that the lenses were very dirty due to the dust. So this is not a fault of the camera in any way, but this is what happens if you're on salt flats or off-road and things get really dirty. But you can see that the Motion ND on the right hand side is doing a really great job. I had it at about 50% for spread and 40% for intensity, so you can see that the bushes going past are quite blurred, and it's giving this effect that you could basically have an ND filter on. So it's nice that we have that option, and if we do some stop frames you can really see
that the right hand side is blurred all around the car. So the car is completely, you know, sharp, but the bushes, they are blurred. In this final shot where we're doing a fun little drag race, I wanted to see how the dust out of the back of the car would look. And if you look at the dust, you can see that it's not as detailed as the dust where there is no motion ND applied. The ground is pretty smooth anyway, but the dust itself, you can see that it's kind of more or less one piece. It's not as rough and detailed as the no filter shot. And if we do some stop frames of that, you're going to be able to see very clearly that the right hand side is very smooth. It's just basically this one smooth cloud, as well as the actual ground. Any stones or cracks are completely smoothed out and blurred.
Right, so that's about it for today. We did the side one with Luke and me, just, you know, kicking it down the salt flats as fast as we could. Obviously the Ford F-150 is a little bit faster. Yeah, like, subscribe, all that jazz. Woo!